Thanks, Chancellor.
Great to see you.
You too.
So, and thanks for letting me sit in your chair.
My pleasure.
Really cool.
I don't let many people do that, to be honest.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
So, Andy, you've built an empire asking the questions, but now I want to flip the script and ask a couple questions
I'm game.
Of you. Many of us enjoy Watch What Happens. Take us back to the beginning. How did you become known as Bravo Andy?
Well, it's a long story, Chancellor, but to give you the Cliff Notes, I worked at CBS News for 10 years. I got an opportunity to work for Barry Diller in charge of programming at a small cable channel he was starting. I was there for a few years. It was merged with NBC Universal, and they brought me on to run programming at Bravo. And we launched a string of hit series like Project Runway and Top Chef, and a little show called The Real Housewives, and the rest was history.
So you've built a career about understanding the dynamics between people.
Yes.
How do you think growing up in St. Louis helped shape that instinct?
It's a really good question, and I'm not sure I know the answer. What I know is that I loved growing up in St. Louis. I had great pride in being from there. And as much as I loved St. Louis, I was very curious about the world around me. And my parents really promoted that, and they really taught me that I could do anything and go anywhere. And I did, but St. Louis was always my home. And I think St. Louis is really all about family and community. And I think that's why people always ask people, like, where'd you go to high school? It's just kind of the ultimate icebreaker, and it's a way for people to connect with other people and figure out who they are quickly, and then use it as a jumping off point to, go to the next topic.
So St. Louis has evolved a lot over the years. When you come back home to St. Louis, what do you notice most, and what makes you proud to call St. Louis home?
Well, I mean, look, I just think people from St. Louis are inherently proud of the town. And, I try to focus on the things that haven't changed when I'm there. I mean, I like the continuity. I like the stability. You go there, you see new buildings, you see new restaurants and things like that. But at the heart, the people are kind, and they're friendly, and they're inquisitive, and they're pretty calm. I mean, I can't get over how just chill everybody is. It's really nice driving around. It's really low impact in the best possible way. John Hamm and I talk about that a lot.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So when you're back home, how do you like your Imo's pizza?
You know what? Well done and mushroom. I like Provel cheese pizza. I feel like you just kind of grow up having a taste for it. I don't think it's for everybody. I think people who come from other places maybe don't get it. But once you get a taste of it, I think it's hard to get rid of.
Can you get a St. Louis style pizza in New York?
You can. Just in the last, I'm going to say 5 years, I've found a couple places where you can get it.
So as you think about the remarks you're going to share with our graduates, are there any themes or ideas you already know you want to share with them?
I started thinking about it during my kids' winter break, and I thought of kind of a little bit of a framework in my head. I've not written the speech, but I mean, look, I think graduation speeches are about life lessons. I think it's about where people meeting people where they're going, and sharing whatever information that I can that help me succeed in life, and sending them off to achieve greatness. And so that's kind of what my goal is.
So think back to when you were in your early 20s, graduating from college.
Yeah.
What's something that you wish you'd known, or advice that you'd given your younger self that you think might resonate with this year's class?
Wow, something that I wish I had known. I think that I think it's more relevant now than it ever has. I think this generation seemingly puts a lot of pressure on themselves to achieve everything right out of the gate. I feel like there is a hunger and there's pressure to really succeed immediately. And I wish that I had known just to chill out a little bit and let things happen organically. And as much as I was always passionate and pushy in my career, which I think served me, I think there's also, I think that I had to be reminded at that time, just, hey, like stand down for a minute, and you need to learn and build and grow, and everything happens in its time.
Yeah, and life isn't linear.
Correct.
And you really need to take it as it comes.
Yes.
And to take advantage of opportunities.
Yes.
And sometimes you just have to be patient.
Yes. And pivot. You know, something that you think may wind up being a great failure may lead to a fork in your road that takes you somewhere magnificent. And that happened to me, which maybe now that I'm thinking about it is something that I'll share on March 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th. Maybe I'll share a little preview on March. Oh, wait, March 15th already happened. So yeah, it will be May 15th, Chancellor.
All good.
All right. Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, Andy.
I'm excited. I got to think about my walk-up song. Okay, now I have a question for you, Chancellor. What's your Housewives tagline?
How about this?
Okay.
I don't hand out drama. I confer degrees and send WashU 26 out to change the world with ease.
It's a little long, but I like it.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay, good job,
Appreciate it.
Chancellor.
Thank you.
I'll see you at WashU on May 15th.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Woohoo. Class of 26.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was fun.